A very good morning to all of you. This is your mathematics class, and today we are going to start a new chapter, which is chapter number 16, and this is the last chapter of your book, which name is playing with numbers. As you can see, playing with numbers, that means in this chapter we will learn that how we can play or how we can settle the numbers or the mathematical numbers. Okay, so this chapter is going to be very interesting because here no need to learn about any theoretical question, or there is no need to learn about any to solve any algebraic expression. So this chapter is going to be very interesting. Okay, sometimes you ask some puzzles to your friends. Okay, and some of these puzzles are like that, which are related to mathematics, or the which are related to the numbers. So in this lesson we will learn that how we can solve some puzzles with the help of these numbers in the mathematical form. So let us start. Suppose there are three students. Suppose there are three students, A, B and C, and here D is the teacher. Okay, let us denote teacher by T. And the teacher asks you, here is teacher. Okay, so the teacher asks these three students, the teacher ask about any puzzle to these three students. Suppose teacher says that teacher asked to thought of a number to each student, and after that A thought of a number which is 23, and B thought of a number which is 12, and suppose C thought a number which is 55. Okay, now 55. Now suppose after that teacher says that reverse the number which you thought. A thought a number 23, and what was the reverse? What is the reverse of 23 is 32, because 2 3 and reverse of this number is 3 and 2. Similarly, the reverse of this number is 21, and the reverse of this number is, suppose this is 53, not 55, this is 53, and the reverse of this number is 35. Just a second, let us write it properly. Suppose this is the number 58 and the reverse of this number is 85. Now teacher says that do the sum of all these numbers which you thought. Okay, that means you have to, that student have to add the number which he has thought, and also to the, and add that number to the reverse of that number. That means we have to add both these numbers, and it will be 3 plus 2 5, and 2 plus 3 is 5. Okay, and after that suppose this addition of this number is 2 plus 1 3, 2 plus 1 3, and the addition of these two numbers is 8 plus 5 13, 1 is carry forward. Now 8 plus 5 13 plus 1 14. Now you have 143. Now there is one thing which is common here. If you divide all these numbers by 11, suppose the teacher asked to divide the number by 11. Okay, and if you divide the number of 11, and suddenly after the dividing, after students, after the dividing of the numbers by the students, the teacher says that the remainder is 0. Now the remainder is 0. So let us divide these numbers by 11. When we divide this 55 by 11, then we get remainder as 0 and quotient as 5. And when we divide this 33 by 11, then the remainder again 0, because 11 3s are 33, remainder is again 0 and quotient is 3. And when you divide this number by 11, then what you get? 11 1s are 11, 11 3s are 33. Now you get 13. That means remainder is 0 and quotient is 13. Okay, so this is the student who does not know about these mathematical tricks, they will think that this is the magic. Okay, but all these tricks, behind all these tricks there are the mathematical terms. So let us learn about some terms. Okay, now the first term is the sum trick. There is one more trick. So the sum trick, first one is sum trick. So what's the sum trick? As you can see, this is the sum trick. That means this is related to the addition. Now suppose any two-digit number, any two-digit number, just like 23 is two-digit number, 11 is two-digit number, 20 is two-digit number, again 30 is two-digit number, 35, 47, 92, 98, 85. These are two-digit numbers. So you have to suppose a number such like that. Okay, and here we are taking general as AB. AB is any two-digit number, and as you know that B is at the unit place and A is at the tens place. If B is at the unit place, that means B multiplied by 1, and plus A is at the tens place, that means A multiplied by 10. We have learnt about that in the primary classes, that when we expand any number, then we have to multiply that number by the place of that number. Here B is at the unit place, that means B multiplied by 1, and A is at the tens place. A is at the tens place, that's why we are multiplying that number A by 10. So from here we get 10 multiplied by A is 10A plus B multiplied by 1 is B. Now we have one equation is 10A plus B. Now you have to reverse that number. You have to reverse that number. And what was the reverse that number is BA, because you know if the number is 23 and we want to reverse that number, then it will be 32. Similarly, the reverse of this general number is BA. This time B is at the unit place and A is at the unit place and B is at the tens place. That means we can write it as, or we can expand it as, B multiplied by 10 plus A multiplied by 1. That means here we are left with 10B plus A. Now this is the second equation. This is the first equation. This is the second equation. This is the sum trick. That's why we have to add these two equations. What will happen when we add these two equations? It will be 10A plus B plus 10B plus A. Now add these two numbers. This is 10A, this is 1A. We can add only like terms now. So this is 10A, this is 1A. It will be 11A. This is 10B plus it is 1B. So here we have 11B. Now 11 is a common factor in both the terms. So we can take 11 as a common. We can take 11 outside as a common factor, and inside the bracket we are left with A plus B. Now the sum of the numbers. Now the sum of the numbers is equal to 11. Sum of the number in the fraction form we have 11A plus B. That means this sum can be divided by 11 and will give the remainder 0. And also we will this sum can be divided by A plus B, and it will give always the remainder as 0. Now we are interested in 11 here. That means if we thought of a number, okay, that means if we thought of a number, then it always the sum of that digits, the sum of the digits of that number always divided by the 11 and will give the remainder 0. Okay. Now similarly you can solve for the difference trick. Difference means subtraction. So here we have to subtract the number. Suppose the number which is two-digit number, again AB in general. So we can write this AB as 10A plus B. Okay, and after reversing that number, it will be BA. That means we can write it as 10B plus A. Now we have two equations. That time we have to subtract, because this is the difference trick. That's why we have to subtract that number. And when we subtract that number then it will be tan A plus B minus tan B plus A. As we know, if there is negative sign outside the bracket, then the sign inside the bracket will change, would be changed. So from here we get tan A plus B minus tan B, and this plus this minus mixed together minus, and this will be minus A. Now tan A minus 1A is equal to 9A, and minus tan B plus B minus 10 plus 1 minus 10 plus 1 is equal to minus 9, and it will be minus 9B because minus tan B is a greater number. So it will be written as, because 9 is a common factor here, so we can take 9 outside as a common factor, and inside we are left with A minus B. That means subtract of that number will can be divided by 9 and will give the remainder 0, and here we are interested in 9. That means the subtraction of the numbers will always can be divided by the 9 and will give the remainder 0. Now there are some cases, because in the addition we are not bothered about the signs, but in the subtraction we have to bother about the sign. So first case is, if A is greater than B, then it will be divisible by 9. It will be divisible by 9 and it will be positive quantity which we get from here. In the case B, if we have A is less than B, if A is less than B, again result will be 9 of B minus A, 9 of B minus A, because B is greater here. So here we have also this subtraction B minus A, not A minus B. It will be B minus A will be divisible by 9. Will be divisible by. Please memorize that. Be careful about that. If A is greater than B, then it will be 9 of A minus B. But if A is less than B, that means B is greater than A. So it will be 9 of B minus A instead of A minus B. Now in the case C, if A is equal to B, then difference will 0, because B minus B is equal to 0 or A minus A is equal to 0, and when we multiply any number by the 0, then we always get the 0. That's why if in the case A is equal to B, then the difference will be 0, which is doesn't matter that it is divisible by 9 or not. So this was the subtraction trick. Now suppose the next, these are the 2-digit number, but is there any, but this rule can such work for the 3-digit number. So let's see for the 3-digit number. 3-digit number. Now suppose you have a number ABC. Okay, so you can write it as 1000 multiplied by A plus 100 multiplied by A, not because it is at the 100th place. A is at the 100th place. That's why we have 100 multiplied by A plus 10 multiplied by B plus 1 multiplied by C. So we can write it as 100A plus 10B plus C. If we reverse that number, then we get in the reverse order. So we will get C, B, A. This number is in general. You can apply that method in the numeric number. So reverse of that number, and we can write it as 100C plus 10B plus A. Now addition you have to do it your own, and you will arrive that this result will not work. Okay, so in addition this result will not work, and also the addition you have to try your own. Now see the subtraction here. See the subtraction here. So you have to subtract these two equations. The first equation was 100A plus 10B plus C minus equation second 100C plus 10B plus A. When you open these brackets, you will get 100A plus 10B plus C minus 100C minus 10B minus A. So let us solve this expression. 100a minus a. 100 minus 1 is 99, so it will be 99a. This is 10, this is plus 10b, and this is minus 10b, and we know that 10 minus 10 is equal to 0, so it will give 0. Now plus c minus 100c, that means minus 99c, because 100 minus 1 is equal to 99 and 100 is greater, that's why the sign will be negative. If we take outside, take 99 outside as a common factor, then inside we are left with a minus c. That means the result will be divisible by 99. So there is one thing which you have to notice, that it will be the difference between the a and c. That means it will be the difference between the first and the last number, not the middle number. So here we will not take the middle number. Here we will take only the first number and the last number, which replace a and c, and it will be divisible by 99. Now there is more topics, just like letters for the digits and letters for the digit addition and subtraction and multiplication. So we will learn about them in the next class. Till here you have to try these tricks by your own, and with the help of the numerical number. So this will be this, just a second. So this will be so interesting, that's why you have to try it yourself with the numerical number. These result, the first result was 11 a plus b, the second result was 11 bracket a minus b, and the third result is 99 a minus c. So you have to try these numbers. You can take any number and you can substitute the values of the number, that means the values of the digit at the place of a, b and c, and you will get the answer. If you have any problem regarding this concept, then you can ask.